Getting a little warmer out here. Might have to Hey, good morning, you guys. I want to show you guys what I did last night. I made some progress on the garden. I got these boxes here that we're going to use for compost. I was able to dig a trench last night, or starting to dig the trench. I'm about halfway done, and I'm going to put in a drip system that'll pop up in each box. I put in these rocks on the sides here to hold back the soil, and here's the trench so far. I just need to finish and then coming out on each side. I'll tell you what, manual labor adds more intrinsic value, I think. When you put more time and effort and sweat into something, then you value it more. I put a lot of time and sweat and effort into the garden. I'm excited about it. I'm excited because it's not going to be a garden just for Taylor and I, but for some of our neighbors that live here. There'll be four houses that we'll get to share in this garden, and so to me, this is a way for me to love my neighbors, the neighbors that actually live right next door to me. It's warming up pretty good out here. It was only 33 degrees when I started working today. I might have to shed some layers. So you can see I've gotten the trench all the way down the middle, and basically what I did was, if you look down, ran a string from the middle post right there all the way down to the post down there, and that's got me my straight trench. It's getting a little warmer out. This garden, if you haven't seen some of the earlier videos, here comes Chief. Hey buddy, how you doing? This garden, the ground, it's kind of a slope down towards the creek, and so I actually brought in 3 dump truck loads of soil, and then what? Hey, go find a shed. And then I brought in all these rocks too, built a rock wall up around it, and then that's how I got the garden to be level. actually, if you look right along this wall here, you'll see that the wall's kind of crooked, and that's kind of the one spot that I don't think a lot of people will notice, but it's just one of those things that's probably gonna bug me, but it's too much work to go back and fix it. So you can kind of see right here, it goes in and then comes back out. Most of the wall turned out pretty good. If you're new to our channel and our videos, we have a lot of wildlife on the property. There's a lot of deer and elk, but the deer especially, they'll come right up to our porch. They'll come and eat out of our compost and everything, and so that's why I ended up putting up a fence around the garden, and I was able to get scrap material for chain link fence, and so I actually didn't have to pay for the fence, so that was really nice. And you know, the fence is 8 feet tall, which is plenty tall, plus you know, with the rock wall, that helps. I don't think any animals are going to get in there besides birds, but we do plan to cover any beds that we have, like berries or anything that the birds would want to get into. We plan on covering those up, but I looked into covering like the whole entire garden with bird netting, and it's just way too expensive. So we didn't actually have irrigation to this part of our yard when I started the project, and there was a main line of irrigation down across the road, so we dug down and put in a valve down there, and then we piped up piping all the way up to here. I have 3 valve boxes. This one is just stubbed up right now, saved for something else maybe in the future. This one is going to the main sprinklers of the garden that are up on each post, and then this one goes to there's a hose bib right here, and then this pipe that's right there is going to connect right here and run down our trench and have drip irrigation for each box. It might be kind of overkill. I put in the sprinklers first and then realized that I would rather have drip than having the sprinklers just kind of spray water everywhere. I feel like I'll save more water if I use drip system, and we get a lot of wind right through here too, so I know if I just use those sprinklers I'm gonna get weeds and stuff all over in here. So with the yard right now, I'd like to do a cover of mulch over the whole thing, just to keep the moisture in, but then keep the weeds down as well. So we'll see what happens there. I still will use the sprinklers every so often when I want to just soak the whole garden. Almost have our first bin full of compost. This stuff's been sitting for about a year, and we'll take this, and I want to build a compost roller, you know, like take a 55-gallon plastic drum and then turn it into a compost roller, and then when that's finished it'll go into this bin, and then we'll be able to take out of that bin and put it into the raised beds. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today, is just continuing to work on the garden, try to get those side trenches done, and see how far we can get. So Jake's off working on something else today. Today's my day off, so I'm gonna spend it on the garden. And as we always say, hats off to you guys, and thanks for watching.